Okay, so now in this video, let's start sending our first message to Firebase and to ChatGPT. So for that, let's create a new provider class. So let's go to providers here, right click, new .dat file. Let's call this as a chat provider. Then here, let's first let's create a class. Name is as chat provider, which will extend the change notifier. So let's start creating our variables. Let's start with the bool. Call it as is typing. Let's initialize this as false. And then let's also create another bool. This will be our is a text. As we know that we are going to create two methods. There will be a text and an image. So let's also create the getter. Let's say get is typing. This will return is typing. Let's just copy this. Let's get is text. This will return is text. Okay, let's initialize the Firebase Firestore. Let's say final Firebase Firestore. Firebase Firestore. It's going to be Firebase Firestore instance. Okay, and then next here, now let's create our method to send a message. So let's create our first future method. Let's say future void send message. Let's give it some required arguments. Let's first give it we need a string of UID. Next, we need a string of message. And then next, we need a string of model ID. Let's format this a bit. Then let's also get the function on success. Let's also get another function of on completed. Like that. Let's format it. Okay, so this method will be asynchronous. Inside here, let's wrap it into the try catch block. Let's say catch error. And then inside here, first let's just print the error. Like that, and then let's also add the finally. So here in the finally, because here on the first we are going to say is typing to true. Then we'll notify the changes. Then let's just copy this. On the error, we are going to set this to false. Let's copy it one more time. On the finally, we are going to set this to false again, and then here we will say we'll call our onCompleted function on the finally. That's where we are going to call our function. And then here on the try, let's create our method. So in this method, first of all, we are going to say send message to Firestore. Let's say send user message to Firestore. After we do this, what we're going to do is to send the same message to ChatGPT and get answer. Okay, so this is what will happen here. First, we'll send this message to Firestore. After we do that, we'll send the same message to ChatGPT and wait for the answer. After all that is happened, we are going to call our onSuccess here. And then also we will call our isTyping to false. So let's create the first method here for sending a message to Firestore. Let's come back here down after this method. Let's create another future method. Say future. This will be our future void. Send message to Firestore. Let's also require something here. We need a string of UID. And what else? Of course, we are going to need a string of message. That's about it. So we can format this. This will also be asynchronous. So here, let's first create the message ID. So for that, let's go to our browser. Let's come back here and then we go to our pub.dev. Let's search for UUID. We can minimize this. We need this UUID package. Let's open this one. Go on installation. Get this package. Let's open our Android Studio again. Come back to our pub.yml file. Let's paste this package and then run pub.get. Okay, this is done. We can close this, and then inside the chat provider, let's ignore that. Here what we can do is let's create a message ID. Let's call it as message ID, which will be equals to constants of UUID dot let's get the v4 like that. So this is our message ID using the UUID package we've just installed. Then here we can just await Firebase Firestore collection. So in the collection, we want to put it inside we'll create a collection called charts, and then we go to our document, then inside our UID to make it unique to only our charts, inside our UID, and then inside the collection again. Here we're going to make another collection called let's name it as a chat GPT charts. We can name it like that, and then document, which now will be our message ID. Like that. This now will be our let's call it as a chat ID. You can copy that, then paste it, chat ID, and then we set we can set the data now inside the map. So here, let's now set the data. So first, let's have UID, or we can call it as a sender ID. This will be our UID. Then next we can say chat ID. This will be our chat ID that we've just created. And then next, let's have, of course, we need our message. Let's say message. We're gonna get our message. And then maybe let's also save message time, the time we are sending this message. You might use it later. So for that, we can call the Firebase method called field value.saveATimestamp. And then next we're going to get is text. Let's call our is text on top, like that. I think that's about all we need. So let's just create constants for this. We don't want to write our code like that. Let's change this to lowercase. So let's go back to our constants. We can copy this, then paste it a few more times. Here we have chat, then we have ChatGPT charts. Copy that, paste it here. Then we have a message. Let's write a message here. Then we have UID. Let's get UID. Oh, we already have that. Let's get sender ID. Sender ID. What else? We have message time. Let's copy that, paste it here. What else we have? We have is text. Paste it here, we paste it here. So now here we can just say constant.chat. Let's import our constant. Here we can have our constants.ChatGPT charts. Can have a constants dot sender ID, constants dot sender ID. Here we have constants dot chat ID. We have constants dot message, constants dot message time. We have constants dot constants dot is text. Let's create the chat ID constant. Let's copy, paste, chat ID, chat ID. So we can close this. Okay, so just like that, that's how we send a message. So the next thing to do is to call this message. So let's say await send message to Firestore. Let's close this one out. Okay, so now the next thing to do is just to call this method inside our bottom chat. So for that, let's go to our bottom chat here, then on our onPressed here, let's call our method. So first let's check if user has entered something. We can write it like that. So let's say if text editing controller dot text dot is not empty. Here we can let's say if is empty. If is empty, we can show snack bar. Let's say please type a message and then return, like that. Else, if the user has entered something, we want to send that message. So for that, we can say context.read. Let's go our chat provider. And then dot send message. This one. Yes. So let's just format this a bit. Okay, we can close there. So on the UID, we know that we are saving this. We are going to call context.read. We have already our authentication provider. Then we have the UID inside there. Let's add the now check. And then for actually here, we can get it from user, either like that or from user model.uid, like this. In that case, we don't need the now check. On the message, we can say text editing controller dot text. Then the model, let's keep it empty for now. On success, it's a function, so we can keep it empty for now. And also on completed, we can keep it empty. but just for testing purposes, let's print here. Let's print success message, and then let's copy. Let's also print completed. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to test when we click on send here. So let's restart the application. Let's let's send without typing anything. We see that if we get this snack bar, let's click here. Okay, that is working. Now let's try to type something like hello. Okay, what is it? We have an error. Could not find correct provider. Okay, I know what is the problem. We added a new chat provider, but we did not add it to our main.dat here. So let's come back here and copy this, then paste it here. Let's add a comma here. This will be our chat provider. Let's stop the application and run it again. Okay, the application is running. Let's click here and test our message. Let's say hello. Click on send. Great. So we are getting success and completed, which is here, success and completed. Let's go back to our Firebase. As you can see, we have, let's minimize this. We have created the chat inside users, ChatGPT chats, and then this is our chat ID, and then here's our message, hello. So in the next video, we are going to call these messages and show them here. So let's end this video right now.